And welcome back to the Mindful Model Maker. The loco is nearly finished now. I've put the splashes on. They're not overly brilliant. They're very difficult to make, but I'm not making any excuses. They're on there with the nameplate. Then I've made the bits for the buffers on the front and the rear. And what I did with that is I got a matchstick. There's a matchstick, whittled it down, and then with a piece of sandpaper just put on there and just kept twiddling it round and round and round until I could bring it down. So that's the matchstick, and that's how much I've done it. It did not take long really, probably about 10-15 minutes to get it down to that. They recommend a lot, if you read the instructions, using matchsticks. Fuse wire is a thing. I mean, obviously we don't get much fuse wire now, because we have MCBs and things in our electrical stuff which just trip out and then trip back in, so you don't normally have to change fuses very much anymore. So anyway, that's it. So there's quite a bit of shine on the loco. I'm more or less going to cut. All I've got to cut is the discs. I'll show you the discs so you can see what kind of size I'm up against. So it's the 4 little circles you can see there. They are the actual buffers. So yeah, you wait till you have a go at cutting them out. It's they look easy enough. It'd be good really what you could do if you had some punches. I've used it on bigger stuff when I wanted to make I think a spectacle plate on a card loco. I think it's that, is it Lincolnshire Models or Lincoln Model? Yeah, Lincolnshire Models I think it is. I bought a rather large round punch to punch out instead of trying to cut them out. I mean, you would have never have got it that good. So I bought a big punch and cut them out. So small punches would probably cut these out quite nicely if you could get them out of the punch once you've cut it, because that's the other thing, is getting it out. But anyway, that's my next thing, and that's more or less going to finalise the loco. I think I'm going to call that it on that. Now I've started making the buildings. I'll show you the main card to that. There's a few of these around. There's another set of these I've got as well now with a loco shed and various bits. So this is the one I'm going to make first, which is the station. And then I'm going to start making a couple of more locos. I've got some coaches coming, various other bits and pieces. So I'm going to make up a diorama. So this is the signal box here. So it's just the actual building. Nice to get hold of something a bit bigger now and a bit easier. So if you're going to build something like this, perhaps start with something a bit bigger. I did start with something a bit trickier, but then that's what I do. I don't shy away from it. I'm not the best at it. It's not the neatest thing in the world, admittedly, but it's there. And yeah, it'll do for now for that one. And I'll just carry on making more and more. So that's my first one. The splashes look a little bit untidy, I think, really. I might try and tidy them up a little bit as we go. But anyway, I'm quite happy with the buffers on there like that. And if I can cut those bits, those discs and glue on that, I'll be happy with the fact that I can make buffers that look like buffers. So anyway, we'll settle for that. Anyway, so I'm on this now, cutting out. So I've got a station, a bridge, a signal box and signals. So you get the platforms. The track, I will work that out. It does tell you on the instructions are quite good on this one, because some of them they're quite varied, the instructions of what you get inside. But it tells you what to do, reinforce the inside of the platform with wood and various things, which may be a thing, because if you're going to want this diorama to stick around for some time, which I think I do, because I think I'll do it and it'll be something that I will actually keep for a change instead of passing it on to somebody. And it gives you the spacing between the sleepers. So the track width is 3/8 of an inch. The spaces between the sleepers is 3/16 of an inch. This is all in old money, but of course this was all built when old money was around. So yeah, but you can convert all of this. But it does tell you a quick method of cutting sleepers to size. Trees may be added here and there. So in other words, you can make it into a real diorama. I mean, I've got things like static grass. I mean, we should look at perhaps a little bit out of place, because in them days it would probably be coloured sawdust. But there you are. We can we'll see how all this comes out. But yeah, it looks. I'm quite happy with it. How it's going at the moment. So I cut these out very easily. So it's nice to go on to the buildings, because you get a bit of a break. So this is the country station there, and it tells you about bits that you cut out, and you cut out there. So when you make it, you can then see right through the two, because one bit's the base, then that's the front facing the station, the platform, and the other bit's the rear, so you can see out whatever's behind. And then you've got the other bits and pieces that are going to go on there as well. So yeah, fences. There's quite a lot of bits. You've got station name boards, various other bits and pieces to go. You've got ridges to go on. Ridge tiles are on there. So you really have to, like it says, basically, kind of put it into your head how this goes and what it looks like. The signal box, the next bit, of course, I've got the roof for the signal box, and you've got chimneys, and you've got the steps to make going up the side. So yeah, I mean, the roof and all them bits is quite easy. So that shouldn't take too long. And of course, I think with some of this, it may warrant some strengthening if it's going to be around for some time. If it's just going to be a little flimsy box, I think inside of this perhaps some more card, just to perhaps give it a bit more strength. Otherwise it might it might warp or whatever. So yeah, I will contemplate strengthening some of the bits and pieces up, so that it can stand the test of time, really. I haven't really read in depth as to whether it tells you to strengthen. I know it does the platforms. I think it actually says that on it. Island platforms stick together for length. It says that bit. What else have we got on here on the other one? I'll find it somewhere. Yes, here we go. Right, pack with wood for rigidity. So the inside of the platform, because obviously it's going to have buildings standing on it, these bits and pieces, they're all numbered, so they'll be standing on. So you need to, I think, put a bit of strength, because otherwise, even though they're not heavy, they're all going to be standing on top of so number 4 goes there, and that must bridge across, so on. So yeah, so what we need to do is to strengthen all of this up, so that it will go on nicely. So I haven't looked at how all of this goes. Oh, I see you've got the bridge bit there and that bit there. So there's all various bits and pieces of the platforms to cut out. I think the best thing to do is you cut it out, and then you can see what bit goes where, and we go from there. So I think that's it, really. Yeah, you've got the bridge bit that goes across, the footbridge, where the people go across, canopies and all the rest. I know we probably had to look at this, but now we're working on it. So what I'm doing now is, as I go, is having a read and then having a look to see if something needs strengthening. So I've made these 2 boxes, but I think the next thing I will do is probably cut card and reinforce the inside so that the walls stay flat, and various bits, because that's going to add a little bit of weight. So on the actual platform itself, as it says, reinforce with wood. So I will cut something to reinforce. So anyway, that's where we are on the model at the moment. So we're working our way through, because obviously it's all new. I've never made one of these before. I quite moderately happy with the loco. I'm not 100%, but I can see the bits that are not good. You might think it looks good on the film. In reality, yeah, the main bulk of it looks like a loco. I think you can see what it is, so that's one good thing. And of course, when it's in the diorama, I don't think you're going to notice the imperfections so much anyway. And of course, it looks quite metallic now because it's been sprayed with several coats, probably about 4 coats of a universal enamel varnish that I've got here, which I got on eBay some time ago. I've used it in various other bits. I think when I did the coach overlays for the 00 gauge coaches that I was doing, so I've used it on that. So, and as you can see, it's got a very nice shine there. Anyway, I'm going to leave that for now, and I'll see you in the next video, and I'll show you what I use to reinforce. It'll probably be a bit more card just put in there just to strengthen the whole thing up before we go too far, because I want them to last. Anyway, thank you. Subscribe if you like, and you can also hit the bell, and then of course every time a new video comes out you will be able to see it. Thank you very much. See you in the next one. Bye now.